So this is the setup I've came up with. I like to get a lot of my lines out on the ground, so I'll measure out the distance of the car and go about foot and a half, maybe 2 feet in front of it, make a mark, and from there I'll come back and I measure my axle tab width out about where it would be. So on this one we got about 7 inches from hole to hole, and you see that will be the axle around here. My top link bar is going to be around here. This isn't going to be the length of it because it's going to be at a 45, so it will be quite a bit longer. But this will be my distance from here to here, you know, trying to get my measurements out, so where my holes will line up from the other hole, you know, below it, not necessarily the bar lengths and everything. So that will give me a pretty nice instant center in the front if I went with these measurements. Like I said, it would be about a foot and a half in front of the bumper, and that's about where you want your instant center from what I've read in a lot of books. But this is it. Now it's time to get it in here, and yeah, well, I gotta get the rear end back out, get it all cleaned up, because I forgot to clean it up before putting it in. I didn't really know where I was gonna put the tabs, but they're gonna end up around here somewhere, and the other ones were gonna end up around here somewhere. So all that grease and stuff gotta get cleaned off. I gotta cut the little tab off. If you see it on the other side, there's a little tab right here on the frame. Let's see if I can get it a little better. Yeah, there's a tab there. Gotta get that trimmed off, or if not, trim my, I'm gonna trim these, notch this around it. One or two. Probably just notch this around it so I don't have to plate the frame. But yeah, these will be, this is a whole kit I bought from Universal Air. So bottom tabs are already welded on. These are just here for displaying of where the hole will be, and just a basic look of it. Time to get in, get some cleaning going. Actually, I gotta get this rear end out and get it cleaned up and get all that frame cleaned. Let's go. These brake lines off. This one's stripped a little bit. So as you can see there, kind of cleaned up the rear end. And we'll probably go around here somewhere, hopefully. If not, a little bit up here more. But clean the whole thing off, all around, all above the top. So, good to go. Now time to get in there and get all this grease cleaned off. All kinds of grease where we're gonna be welding. Can't see it too good in here. There we go. All that grease, both sides. A lot of nastiness. Gotta get all cleaned up and pretty for welds. A little break. I was getting frustrated. Just being under here is kink's neck. Freaking all that good stuff, getting grease in your eyeballs. I took a little break, came back, just tacked my brackets on, put the rear end under, and just to make sure it looks good. Looks really good. You can see these are good brackets. It's a little frustrating just being under here, trying to get these to match up. As you see, I'm gonna have to add some bit of bracketry, probably back in there somewhere. I just don't like those just barely touching. And have some gappage to fill. This one I really have some gappage to fill here. So I got some really good gaps to fill, but it's all tacked up. I really like the way it's looking there. The link bars come back to these marks here, and they're pretty good right on. See that big one centered. This little one centered. Yeah, the middle one. There's one on that side, one on this side. You can't see that one though. But that's centered, so now we're gonna start getting those brackets fabricated up next, and getting them cut down, obviously. Maybe cut down. No, just at least shaped. Maybe shaped round, so they can fit over this. It's not gonna. That's gonna be some big gaps if I don't shape this to that size. So then you start shaping these ones down, and then we'll go from there. Once we get some shape into this one and the other side, this one's a little bit shorter on this side. Do that to all four of them because we got two on this side and two on that side, and then we'll come back and start trying to fit them on here. Get the bushing in between them, and yeah, we'll go from there. Maybe even cut the link bar down to just a somewhat length guesstimate that I think I could put it at, just to make sure that you stay lined up with it real nice. Yep, like I said, I got a little frustrated, had to take a break, take a couple snacks, you know, eat some snacks, get some food in me, and come back out here and knock this section out here. Those two 4-link tabs, and they're coming down to just pretty much right where I wanted them to, which is right in here. So they're not up here on top of the axle, they're just, you know, even with it, so when they come up, not all hitting all this stuff up here. They'll hit that before. Alright, come back once I get these grounded out. Like I said, I'm getting over it and just trying to get this done. Right, as you can see, I got these tacked up, looking pretty good. These will be the top link bars. And an axle to weld up, but I want to get these tacked up first, and I can get them there the same length, and make sure that they're as right on as possible. Forgot I was on time lapse there. I had music playing, but there we go. Got those tacked in place. Tack, tack. Top link bar. Top link bar. Pretty good. We'll maybe put like 2 more tacks on it, and then try to cycle it a little bit with the jack. But, it's looking pretty good there. Pretty happy with that. Like I said, some really small top link bars. Haven't even thrown the tape measure on them to see what size they are. But really happy I got this all tacked in place. It's taken me most of the day. It's just such a drag crawling out from underneath it and back underneath here. I really need to get myself a lift soon. I'm gonna start working on the backyard shop. I'm getting over this crawling underneath cars. I like lifts. Looking good though. Hanging angle's pretty set. See top bar, bottom bar. Top bar, bottom bar, look pretty good. A little bit of a different angle on the side. Pretty small link bars. Forgot to hit record again, but just cycled it up. That's it, hitting the bump stops right there. Oh man, this light's killing me right now. But yeah, you can see it gets up in there pretty good. So there's plenty of room to go down if I cut those bump stops. Right now, looks really good. See that pinion angle. Pinion angle went down a little bit to about 90, a little bit more, about 2 degrees down. So I can't even talk on there right though. Ooh, let's see. It's about 3 degrees. I can't tell if that's up or down. Can't see, my head's all angled weird in here. Yeah, it's actually 3 degrees angled up still, so we're still, or 2 degrees angled up still. So we're still good. Yeah. Right? Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's down. That's up. So I'm 2 degrees down right now. It ain't bad. When it goes down, it's gonna go back up. Oh, let's get out of here and take these out real quick and let it drop down. Let's see if we can get a good video of that from this side. Whoa. Oh, hopefully I caught that. Just ate shit on all my hoses and cords and everything out here. I pay attention where I'm walking. Let's see. Let's start pulling it forward. Oh, broke some tacks, I think. Oh, broke some more tacks. Might have to hit a few tacks real quick, make it a little bit stronger, but there it is right there, up, and now it's cycled down. It's not going to get very high. That's alright. Here we go. We got all the tacks back in after those tacks broke, but it's all tacked back in. Which just means it wasn't maybe it just need to be shifted over a little bit. Maybe the mounts weren't correctly lining up with each other, but they're all lining up now. It's good for that to happen sometimes. But it is there, cycled up. Looks pretty good. Like it. Next thing is just to break it all back down and weld everything and paint everything and bolt it all back in. A lot of pressure on this bar. Well, that was the last link bar. Just decided to come out and unbolt it all, get it out. Holes match up really nicely. And pull it out and maybe do some welding. I don't know. We'll see right now. Yeah, now you can pull it out. Alright, welcome back, guys. Day after Thanksgiving. Lewis with Daydream Customs. He's got these welded up. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to grind this little section here and finish that weld. I couldn't finish that top weld because it goes behind there. I can just grind that down a bit. But these are some pretty big beads I put on there. Looking pretty good. Gotta get in here and weld these next. Got the other side done on the lower one. Got this other side done as well. A little bit smaller, hotter beads. I kind of switched up my settings a bit. And this back side was a little different, so just put a few beads on there. And like I said, next is these ones in here. I'm just letting these bolts cool down. They're a little hot still. Oh yeah, really hot still. Be back once those ones are welded in. Got the axle tabs welded up. Should have probably grinded the tacks off of this side. You can see where the tacks were. Big knots. Also got tacks where the frame one's done. Oh, nice. Let's see if we can get that. This side took a little bit of a couple passes because it was a little bit of a thick weld I had or gap I had to fill. Welded inside. You can't see back there, but it's welded. This side was a lot tighter. There's just one pass. There we go. Got some spray paint on them. Looking good. Drenched them, so you get some nice paint on them. Up in here too. Just drenched them. We got link bars welded up. It's time to get those painted up and back together. I can start bolting the rear end back in. Got the axle painted up. Start bolting it back up and alright, got the link bars painted. I like to use texture paint on the link bars. Makes them look really nice, I think. Get these together, get them back on the rear end and back underneath it, and all bolted up and start on that bridge. But for this video, I'm going to end it here. Daydream Customs.